Good morning. This is John Harder, aka Wealth Wiz, and coming to you from beautiful Nayarit, Mexico. Absolutely lovely weather. We just absolutely enjoy it here. And Romeo, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. I want to, today, I want to talk about, dismantling the industrial age, the industrial revolution, because it is the industrial revolution that has been used to enslave mankind. Along with the banking system, of course, but the banksters are the ones that really were behind the whole thing. But then, of course, you have the Rockefellers and other, and this has creeped into every area in the marketplace. Like you take anything, any market, coffee, or fruits, or vegetables, or grains, any market, it is expensive in the, to the consumer, and yet at the same time, the people that produce it hardly make a living on it, okay? And that is because everything is set up from a central power where they abstract all the wealth from all of these areas in our lives and using it to deeper and deeper put humanity in debt and so on, okay? Now, we could easily start getting angry about that and go that route, which wouldn't really help us any, and it wouldn't make things any better. But what we can do is we can move away from using those the way the setup is. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, by that I mean that that we set up, we start creating self-sustaining communities, and this is something that my brother and I, and as well as others, we've been talking about this for a while, and it has been we've kind of been held back by the fact that when you do something, it takes money. Every time you want to do something, it takes money, and that is where Python signals comes in. And of course, I believe that that Bitcoin and all of these other cryptocurrencies, I think that they're going to flood the markets first, but they're going to be regulated quite heavily, and it's probably going to be increasingly so, because the powers that shouldn't be, they are definitely going to manipulate everything they possibly can to retain their power and to, matter of fact, regain it, because they've already lost very much of it, okay? Now, if humanity is going to give in to that and all of these other cryptos, which you already see happening, okay? That's why this KYC is being pushed so hard. Now, we can dismantle all of that by bypassing it and not use it. It is, it's kind of like somebody said years ago. Now I forget now who it was. Oh, Einstein, actually. Albert Einstein, no. Okay, maybe it wasn't Einstein. I was just thinking for a bit it had been. But I think it was a different, very famous character that said this. You don't try to fix the old. You don't try to fix the old. If you want it different, you build a new model, making the old obsolete. Well, I think the cryptocurrency market is doing a good job of that with the banking, and they're trying to do that in many other ways too. And I'll have to admit, I'm a little skeptical as to how successful they're going to be in a lot of these other areas, because they are falling prey to the KYC too much. Okay, and of course, maybe I need more insight on that, but that is the way it looks to me. Now, okay, so now having said that, obviously the first thing that we need is we need money. And this is what we can get through cryptocurrencies, okay? So what I'm going to talk about right now is I'm going to talk about Python signals. Now, Python signals has come about, you know, these are the guys behind it. These are guys that are very, very passionate about helping the average person to become debt-free and then thrive financially. And that is the scenario that there would be the perfect setup for us to move in the direction that I was talking about, to create self-sustainable communities that do not rely on the superstores, the super like all of these massive chains of business, like you take McDonald's, it's all over the world. Walmart is all over the world. Home Depot is all over the world, and all of these things, you can. It ends up being you can go anywhere in the world, and it looks like you're at home. It doesn't look any different than where you live. Come on, come on. There's gotta be a difference. People have different cultures, different backgrounds, different things. Why is everything shaping up to look exactly the same? Where's the novelty? Okay, so you see, my viewpoint is that every race, every different human with different backgrounds, they should be able to display their difference, and it should be such that we could go to a different country and we say, wow, this is a different culture you got here. It's you know, it's interesting. And then we go to another country and we see it there. And we see how their culture is, you know, and it's different. Well, if we don't soon do something to, you know, to move away from this global domination, the entire world becomes the same thing. It's like a global prison. And so, well, we know that there are people that are pushing for that. That's what they want, but that is not what humanity wants now, is it? Now, and this is a liberty that I believe that we will have as you know, using the cryptocurrencies. Now, I know, and if you've been digging around and looking at all the different types of cryptocurrencies, I think you know what I'm talking about when they're talking about using these, using the blockchain to build smart cities. Well, what do you think a smart city is going to be like? It's nothing but a prison. It's nothing but a prison. And I don't really believe that humanity wants to live in a smart city. I mean, where's the life? There is no life. It's everywhere you go, you are under you're constantly watched. You can't go anywhere where you aren't watched. And oh man, it's just, you know, I don't even want to think about that. I much rather just think about the world the way I would enjoy it, and I believe most people would. And that is communities where we create our own energy, free, by the way, actually. And now we've been making some headways. My brother finally did, well, he hasn't quite finished, but he has had the engine running. It has taken off, and of course he's got to do some modifications to it, but he's building a phenomenal engine that's really nice. Okay, so that's one of the things, but also there is another cryptocurrency that is different than it is not in the exchange arena, as it were. And I believe that that cryptocurrency is ultimately going to give humanity the freedom for those communities that I was talking about. And but to get there, we need to take advantage of the other cryptos in order so we can faster and more, how should we say? Yeah, maybe even more efficiently, but we can advance the other cryptocurrency much more by cashing in on these quicker cryptos, the ups and downs of the crypto market, especially through Python signals. And that will give us the funds that we need in order to really advance with the other system. And I'm going to actually be writing a blog post, and maybe it'll be more than one post, but I'm going to be explaining via blog what my idea is about the new community, and of course, I'm going to also be making videos on that too, and videos, I'm not going to be explaining it as clearly as what I'm talking about, in the blog posts, where I'm going to make it much more clear about how we can do this, how we can actually move forward and create self-sustaining communities where we do not rely on any of the industrial revolution. Okay, because it's our reliance upon the industrial revolution is where they have that hold on us. Okay, now even if we move to cryptocurrencies and all of these kind of things, we are still stuck in that rut unless we literally move away from it. And that is where I'm going to explain much more in detail. And of course, when I do, people who read my posts, I will be welcoming their ideas, because I'm not here thinking that I'm the only one that has the right ideas about things. No, we are all in together. I don't plan to ever have those kind of communities where I am a dictator saying, oh, it has to be no, guys, no, that's not, no. And my idea is that all who participate in it catch their own vision and enjoying the wonderful freedom that those communities will bring. Freedom and prosperity, okay? Because in those communities, no one's going to be poor. Everybody is going to have plenty. And nobody needs to be overworked, okay? So we will have time. We will have time for partying. We'll have time to have plenty of fun. And I tell you, it's phenomenal to even just think about the wonderful communities that they're going to be. Okay. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about Python signals, and that is the guys behind the program. They really have at heart the the idea, and it's their passion to help the average person, the average working person, to get out of debt. Because practically everybody is in debt, and that enslaves us, because and that is what they want. They want us enslaved. But now, if we can break free from that, which we are, many of us are, and it's going to hugely increase, because Python Signals is already building fast, and it's going to. The buzz is only beginning. The buzz about Python Signals is only just at the beginning, and I would urge people, if you want to be in, get in now. Get in now before the real buzz is going to, because once these major players are on board, I tell you, wouldn't it be nice to earn from all of their subscriptions, as opposed to waiting until you're in the buzz where, you know, thousands of them are going to earn from your subscriptions? You know what I mean, right? So, well, anyhow, that is what my message is this morning, that we move forward and create better lives for ourselves and those we love, and take advantage of the Python Signals to begin this as fast as we can, because the sooner we can become debt free, and the sooner we can move away from the Industrial Revolution and create our own communities where we can actually have time and have fun and be wealthy, nobody poor, everybody having plenty to live, and nobody has to be a slave. Nobody has to overwork themselves. Guys, this is going to be awesome. It's heaven on earth. It really is. Think about it. Think about it. Being in a community where, you know, some are farmers, some work in a fabricating shop, some own the businesses, others work in the businesses, but everything, all the supplies and everything is cheap enough that nobody needs to stress themselves about how to take care of their daily needs. And that's because there aren't going to be these huge companies that siphon the wealth out of the community, leaving hardly anything for people to live on. That's why. If that wasn't the case, we'd all be wealthy now. But that's what's happening. This world was never meant to be like this, okay? And we can change it, all right? So if you want to know more about what Python Signals is really about, and what I'm talking about here, about the cryptocurrency phenomenon that we're in this exciting time, and the amount of Bitcoin and the profits that you can make in Python Signals in order to start what I was talking about, well, check out the links below, and let's get started, move forward, right? Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.